Good morning, guys. I want to talk about something very powerful and useful. I know it's helped me out a lot in my life, and it's a technique that I learned from good friend Dean Graziosi, and entrepreneur. You might have heard of him. But it's called the 7 Whys technique. It's very simple, but what it does is it actually helps you get to the root, the heart of why you want to do something. And I know recently, I noticed it the other day where I was like, man, I'm starting to slack. Like, I felt like even if it was like a week where I just felt like I was just starting to like twist away a little bit, and that feeling of like I gotta kick myself back in. And for any point in your life that you feel like you need that re-kick, I guess you'd say, to why you want to do something, to a goal you set, or something that you're trying to go after, this technique is very powerful. Now, my last videos that I shot, people on the road made, because I'm driving, I kind of had to stop, so I just saw someone swerving over. I'm hoping I don't have to stop this video as well, because the last one was really good. But anyways, so basically, in this technique, the intent being that, like I said, that you're bringing out the deep reason why you do something. Because when you ask someone, hey, why do you want, it could be material or not. Let's say it's, you want to have a better relationship with your daughter. Like, why do you want a better relationship with your daughter? A lot of times it's some surface level thing. Well, because, I feel like that's important. Or whatever it could be, or I want a big house. Why do you want a big house? Because that's my idea of success. And then, why is that your idea of success? It's going down the levels and asking, well, why do you want that? Well, why do you want that? Because at the end, and it's 7 whys, a lot of times what you'll find is that people have a much deeper reason why they want something. And that reason, to know that reason, to recognize that reason, instead of just it just being there unconsciously, but like actually being aware of that reason, bring it to the surface, which a lot of times will bring out a lot of emotions. But bringing that to the surface, it makes any time where you feel like quitting, any time where things get rough, when you bring up and remember that reason consciously, thinking about it, a lot of times that's enough to kick you back into why you were doing something, to that motivating factor. It's like that motivating spark that never goes away, because it's not an external reason that you're getting pumped up. It's a deep internal reason why you're getting pumped up. So for me, when I found out about this, was a very powerful time in my life. As you know, I'd say in the last, within the last year, both of my grandmothers died. And when I found out about this technique was literally, I'd say, a month or two after the first grandmother died. And I did this technique, and it was very powerful and very emotional for me, so I don't want to bust out in tears here. Thanks to the Marine Corps for helping me keep my bearing, so that I can kind of hold it in. But it was very powerful because I realized a lot of what I wanted. And at the time, that grandmother, there were certain things that I promised to her, as a little kid, playing with, a little Hot Wheels car. I remember I was like every time I'd go see her, because, she lived down the mountains, and, I'd always go visit. Every time I'd go see her, it would be she would say, when are you gonna come drive me in your sports car? And it was always a joke. And, but it was something that, it was legit. I was like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. One day I'm going to drive up there in a sports car and go see her. And we're going to, go out for a ride and drive around. It's going to be a great time. It was something that I always wanted. So when she died, of course, you know, I thought of all the good memories, but I remember thinking about that and being like damn, like, it just kind of hit me. And because it's something that I always wanted to do, and I guess there was a little bit of guilt there with the fact that, you know, I wasn't able to really spend as much time. It was just kind of abrupt, and I hadn't seen her in a while, and through the military I hadn't seen her very much, so it kind of was starting to really get emotional on me. And, you know, when I was going through my deep why technique, you know, I've always been someone who wanted to take care of my mother growing up, you know, single mother, you know, that was, it was those things in conjunction. When I kind of brought it out, it was that, you know, I want to live the life that I want. I want to be in control of my life. I don't want to be at the mercy of money having to be an issue. I don't want to be at the mercy of, you know, other things controlling my life. I wanted to actually be in control. I wanted to actually, not like control, but so that I can decide that right now I want to go fly to Virginia to go see my grandfather, or to go see my mother, or, you know, take her out on a trip. You know, I want that kind of freedom. I want to do that for my friends, my family, everyone. Like, that is what I want, because when I'm bogged down like this is not the way to live. You know, I get it. We have to work. We have to make money. You know, those are things that you got to do, but my deep reason was that I don't want to lose that control. I want to be able to take care. I don't want to see people struggle. I don't want, like, pain is not what I want to see. Like, that was painful. And so, you know, without getting too deep into it, that why technique helped bring that out of me. And at any point, like recently, like I was saying, that I start losing track, and I can tell I'm starting to notice it now, whereas before I never would have noticed it. Where I would start, you know, even if it's slightly, like, just not really pushing as hard and not really feeling it as much, then I know that I need to revisit my deep reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so now that I've shared that with you guys, I want you to try this technique. I did put it in that little $5 for $5 sheet. Like, that technique is in there, and I'm telling you, it's really, really good stuff in there. Like, I tried to, you know, keep it short, but also, you know, put out something that was effective, a technique, a tool that you can use every day. But you can use it right now. And you know, if it's something that you're curious about trying, I mean, you can do it yourself. You know, if you'd like a sheet, I can create one for you, of course. But basically, where you're literally just answering, you know, why do you want, or what do you want? It's kind of like the first one. Like, what do you want? You say, oh, I want this. I want $1 million. I want a new car, whatever. I want to be, you know, a lot of times, most of it is material level things, or material. A lot of times is where it starts, and then it goes from there, and you a lot of times will see that it's a lot deeper than that. But you could do that and just ask yourself, well, why do you want this? Why do you want this? 7 times, 7 whys. And I'm telling you, it's very possible that you'll be finishing this in tears, but not in a negative tears, in good tears, because now you've found something that will really push you. And that kind of will help with that intent of getting unstuck, of getting to that next level of life. You got to have that constant motivation, because if you're always looking for it externally, eventually you're going to slack off. Like, I know for a long time I would listen to someone and I'd be like, oh, I like listening to them, and then I'd switch to someone else, and then, you know, it was like I never really got it, because internally I had to get it. Internally I had to make that shift. So just wanted to remind everyone too, October 1st, I am releasing the book Stagex. Just finished up last night. I actually got the copywriting on it, which was an interesting thing to do. It was pretty cool. So I'm getting that done, and then also getting it on Amazon. I'm trying to find a way to put it free on Amazon. I mean, I can refund everyone 99 cents, but, like, regardless, that's not a big deal. I'm going to give it out for free. I'll even if I have to send it. The only reason I was saying Amazon is because I want to, you know, it'd be nice if I could get verified purchasers to actually leave reviews. So at least I can kind of get a little bit of, street cred on the Amazon side of things. So, when it gets to October 1st, I'll let everyone know how we're going to send it out, because I did promise you guys I'd give it to you for free. So I am going to make sure, regardless, that it's free. But if any of your friends, looking down the road, want to get the book, I am going to have it on there for 99 cents, literally 99 cents, which is just pretty much free at that point. It's just so that Amazon has a placeholder. They can't just put a bunch of free stuff. But if I can find a way to put it free, I will. So, with all that being said, I hope everyone has a great week. Try this technique. It's really effective. And thanks, guys. Take care.